Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Wednesday, April 9th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the news tonight, excitement mounts as the countdown continues toward the final day of Interpol 2025. Attorney Jerry Edwin urges review of mortgage closure procedure. Anti-violence TikTok challenge launched by the Ministry of Education to engage youth in promoting non-violence, while police commissioner commended after Vincentian wanted on murder charge was captured in Grenada. And in regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Office of Foreign Assets Control license for cross-border gas revoked. While internationally, China hikes retaliatory tariffs to 84% on U.S. goods as the trade war intensifies. And coming up in sports, Grenada Motor Club holds successful invitational drags event, while day 2 of Intercall produces more records and more excitement. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Schools from across the island are putting their hats in the ring to be crowned Intercall champions this year. Joseph Cador caught up with several coaches and athletes today and filed this report.
The Intercall Games have a long, rich, cherished sporting tradition that brings together students and athletes from across the island, each competing for glory, pride, and honor. But while the meet over the years have provided some time-honored memories for many of the larger perennial contenders, it hasn't been so for all. The contingent from Grenada Christian Academy thinks that's where the conversation of size of school populations come to bear.
Have in the past produced character level students, and we anticipate that this year we will have, if not 1, most likely 2 of the students, most notable Keith, Charles, and Kimal Moray, as we would have seen them dominating their events.
Westmoreland Secondary is another that has suffered the same fate.
Well, so far we had Aliyah Campbell. That's one of our main athletes that we're looking forward to medal in. She had the 100 meters, but unfortunately she was 4th in that, but we're still grateful for that. Her performance was the best one that we have so far.
And while the issue of size has its relevance, there are others, like Wesley College, that seem to have operated in the shadows over the years.
Yes, we are hopeful that we're going to get a medal, especially with Tatika Alexander in the 800 senior girls, right, and also in the 3000s open for girls.
Sports commentators and pundits have also pointed to the Boca Secondary as another such school.
I am looking very confidently at our Annalisa Brown, but other than Annalisa, we have some star athletes like someone we call Susu, Soraya Philip, and another one is Sarana Hall, right? So I think that these girls could do extremely well. We also have some throwers.
Meanwhile, the Hillsborough Secondary have committed to shake off the shackles of Hurricane Beryl and represent to the fullest.
We were lucky to get 1 gold, a silver and a bronze, and I am very proud of the athletes. I am very, very proud. And day 2, I think we have 2 athletes going into finals. One, the 110 hurdles for junior boys, and the other, the 100 meter for junior girls.
My team, I would say I love my team. And my team does put in their best effort. And you see, we Karakou people, I would say Grenada don't like us. But what I does say is that we come out to do our best. And our best does always make me feel proud as a kayak.
J.W. Fletcher, another of the junior schools, have decided to hold their own in 2025.
Again, we are one of the younger schools, so we're still trying to find our legs within the intercol, making strides, but definitely we are building the blocks for the future, and all of the information that I get from this intercol will definitely be used for preparation for the next intercol going forward.
Okay. In the end, the Intercol Games are more than a mere competition. It embodies the island's spirit of unity, resilience, and joy, reminding everyone that the true essence of sports lies not just in winning, but in the camaraderie and the memorable moments created along the way. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
As expected, the energy was high on day 2 of Intercol 2025 as the intense rivalry among secondary schools played out on the track and in the field. Parents, guardians, and other patrons turned out in large numbers to cheer on their children and show support for their schools at the highly anticipated annual sporting event. The friendly rivalry comes alive at this time every year, and the GBN News team caught up with several supporters to get their views on this year's games.
And I'm supporting St. David's Secondary School, but I'm also supporting St. Joseph's Convent St. George's because I taught there for 3 years. And I'm supporting PBC because my son currently attends PBC, and I'm supporting Westmoreland because I was the vice principal in Westmoreland for just a short while. So, which is why I did not put on colors today, because I'll be making noise for many different schools today.
I'm supporting St. David's Secondary because I went to St. David's Secondary School. Also, my son goes to PBC, so I support in PBC. And my first son went to SAS, so I'm split. Stay focused, work hard. Remember all the training, all the skills, and focus. Remain focused all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm supporting SAS. Although I'm a past people of Grenville Secondary, but when it comes to sports, generally in schools in St. Andrews, I support SAS. I always see Intercol as being competitive, though. But this year, it's a fight between GBSS and SAS as always, because I had said I was coming in till tomorrow, but when I look at the events yesterday, it's very competitive. So I chose to come for today and tomorrow.
Old SAS girls, I'm supporting SAS, but I represent Grenville Sec and Grenada Christian Academy. But may the best team win? Well, I'm not a sports person, but just sitting yesterday and looking at the competition, I mean, sports is really good. It's really good. Things are, we are getting there, and normally the first day of Intercol used to be like a kind of dead day. And yesterday I sat and look at it, I say every day is a good day. And
secondary and Wesley College. I'm living down here.
Tell us what are your expectations for Karakou this year?
Very high expectation, especially my cousin Kirani Rollins. You see, he did well in the 400 yesterday.
In a historic move, all district winners at this year's Intercol will receive a cash prize, a first since the event's inception. This major announcement was made by Minister for Sports, Delma Thomas, during the official opening ceremony on Tuesday.
I also want to acknowledge the generous support of our private donors who have stepped up in a meaningful way this year. Through their contribution, we are pleased to announce the introduction of a special incentive of $500 to be awarded to each of the divisional champions. This is more than just a cash prize. It's a symbol of growing support for youth excellence excellence in sports across all sectors of our society.
With more action yet to come, Intercall 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most memorable. CARICOM member states are encouraged to not break ranks and keep a united stance in response to the current tariffs being imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump. Patrick Antoine, Chief Executive Officer of the CARICOM Private Sector Organization, or CSPO, said while the CSPO didn't directly engage with United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio during his recent trip to Jamaica, CARICOM heads presented a strong argument. Antoine is of the view that their position was bolstered by reports from various sectors, including the CSPO, CARICOM Secretariat professionals, hoteliers, and other key stakeholders who had engaged in discussions regarding the impact of the tariffs.
Looked to have that audience.
No, well, we operate strictly within the CARICOM framework, and what we did is that we had meetings prior to the engagement between heads and Secretary of State Rubio. Those engagements, I think the CARICOM heads acted properly in preparing themselves with all the information necessary to engage, including OECS prime ministers that would, of course, would have passed their concerns to Prime Minister Mockley, who is the chair, and also to their counterparts.
A key moment in reinforcing CARICOM's firm position came during a meeting attended by over 700 entities. The gathering served as a platform to brief CARICOM leaders on the concerns surrounding the tariffs and to prepare them for meeting with Secretary Rubio.
We had a call which had a record-breaking, 700 and something entities on that call, preparing for this. We know that the brief was properly delivered because on the other side, we've gotten word that the intervention by the heads certainly has registered. Where it will land, we can't yet see. But we know that the intervention of CARICOM heads has certainly registered in lifting this, right, to the right kind of crescendo that needs to be heard by the president.
Antoine is hopeful that despite external pressures, no country will break away from CARICOM's united front in response to the U.S. president.
It's important that we continue to remain aligned in what we do, and the CPSO we have ensured that this alignment has remained, even with Collins Institution. We met with them on the Friday before we left to give testimony in the United States. So we've remained aligned on all fronts, and I'm very pleased about that. And I would like to see that alignment continued and not to have countries break rank, as we've seen some years ago on issues of this nature.
The CSPO is approved by CARICOM heads and designated as an associate institution of the community at the 40th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government in St. Lucia in 2019. It remains committed to working alongside CARICOM heads to ensure the region's voice is heard in global trade discussions. This is News at 7. Coming up, police commissioner commended after a Vincentian wanted on murder charges was captured right here in Grenada. Stay with us.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Arise Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Arise Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
On behalf of Netball Grenada, we want to say a special thank you for the contribution made. We are certain that the contribution that had been given would be put into good use and we would bring home great results.
GRENDEC, energizing our community.
Andy, turns out I'm allergic to the Australian veggie spread.
Ooh! Thankfully, CG United will cover you anywhere in the world. Remember when I went to Australia for my title fight? Trust me when I say you do not want to get in the ring with a kangaroo. It wasn't until my victory dinner with the Sultan that I realized top shelf caviar doesn't agree with me. But I was covered. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm teaching your cousin how to use a flamethrower.
Medical cover anywhere in the world. CG United. Good like that.
ACB, speed, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB, speed, start, manage, expand. They came on all my competition, got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB Start, manage, expand your business today.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Tracksuit, water bottle, sneakers. It's time. Let's get ready to join us on the road this year for Quad Bank's annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Tell your family and friends, and let's get moving towards a healthier lifestyle. Carry a coup. Come out in your numbers on Sunday, April 6th from 4 p.m. as we pump it up from Alexis Food Store's car park to the Hillsborough Tennis Court. On Sunday, May 4th, the action is on the mainland. We're hitting the road at 4 p.m. from Montrouge Playing Field to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Registration ends on May 2nd or while stocks last. So get your packages today. Individual packages cost $20. For groups of 3 or more, packages cost $15 each. Proceeds go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Visit our website for more details. See you on the road for
Welcome home.
Grenada, get ready for the most anticipated kids event on Saturday, 19th April, Easter Saturday.
They not like us.
It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Montrouge Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy rides, slides, obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castle, go-kart, and much, much more.
Mom, I love this.
Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances. Come see the mind-blowing illusions and mesmerizing dancers from the overseas acts. Soca performances from Guana, Shekwan, Black Barbie, and Young Man. Admission kids only $5. Adults $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Montrouge Playing Field. Something no kid wanna miss. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
In the arena of life, we find strength, determination, and the will to overcome. As athletes, we strive not just to win, but to excel in every endeavor. For as it is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 24 to 25, let us strive for excellence, not just on the field, but in life. For in our efforts, we find the strength to conquer and the courage to endure. Keep pushing forward. Keep striving. Keep believing.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
all of us, low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep, including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education has taken one step further in its efforts to curb violence among youth, especially in schools. Christina John tells us about the ministry's decision to bring on a TikTok challenge.
On Monday, the ministry launched its anti-violence TikTok challenge. This initiative aims to engage youth in promoting non-violence through creative digital expressions. The objective of the challenge is to promote peace and awareness, encourage kindness, respect, and highlight the impact of violence to empower youth and encourage creativity, utilizing TikTok trends to inspire young people to advocate for non-violence. And the challenge will also seek to foster digital and community responsibility by promoting responsible social media use and community engagement. District 5 was the first to create a TikTok video for the anti-violence challenge. Various stakeholders, including the Royal Grenada Police Force, educators, and students from various schools, attended the launch. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Catherine James, said this anti-violence TikTok challenge was born out of genuine desire to safeguard the hearts and minds of young people. James says this initiative is more than just a challenge. It is a movement that speaks directly to the youth in a language they understand and a platform they engage in daily, using the tools they use to shift their narrative. One video, one message, one voice at a time.
You choose to dance, to speak, to write, to act, to sing, or simply share a message of hope, your voice matters. Your influence matters. Together we can use this platform not only to entertain, but to educate, to empower and enlighten. Let us use this challenge not only to start conversations, but to spark transformation. Note, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. In a time when you can post anything, post positivity. Let that be our anthem. Let that be our guide.
Minister for Education, Senator David Andrew, in his remarks indicated that violence is something that is learned and is not an education problem, but rather a societal problem. However, he noted that changing behaviors relies heavily on education. Minister Andrew is of the opinion that as a society, we are becoming desensitized to violence, accepting it almost as a norm. He encouraged students to use this challenge to become positive content creators rather than simply sharing negative content that brings them no benefit.
You see, despite what you have been exposed to in our society, you have the opportunity to do differently. Similarly, you might see all those negative examples around you displaying inappropriate ways to treat with violence. but you can determine by choice to do differently. I don't want to be like that.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Desmond Richards implore upon the young people to be mindful of the choices they make and to be cognizant of the fact that their choices are likely to influence their lives in the future.
But while we that are mature, or we that are the forerunners are setting that platform, you must build on it. Because it's not we that will be there to fight against the crimes that we see, the infiltration of gangs that want to come from Trinidad, the 6s, the 7s, and other places. It is you that will be there. So you that are here and you that will be listening, be an agent of change.
Participants are advised to use the hashtag MOE, Voices Against Violence, and tag the official Ministry of Education TikTok page. Christelina John, GBN News.
11 farmers in the village of Dumfries, Carriacou are one step closer to better water access. Here's more in this report from Christelina John.
Representatives from the Food and Agricultural Organization, the FAO, the Green Climate Fund, the GCF, and the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs handed over water tanks to 11 farmers 2 months after they received irrigation equipment aimed at combating the water scarcity on the island. This initiative is part of the National Adaptation Planning for Improved Food Security in Grenada project, which is funded by the Green Climate Fund and implemented by the Food and Agricultural Organization. Each farmer received 2 1,000-gallon water tanks. Ronald O'Neill, an agronomist contracted by the FAO for the project, explained that the water tanks are part of a larger strategy, which also includes the construction of a rainwater harvesting system and the provision of water bladers.
The plan is to install 2 water bladders, and a water bladder is a very versatile way of storing water. A water bladder is it's made of strong canvas. You can take it to basically anywhere that you can lift it to, and it will be smaller than a tank for carrying. Then you spread it out on the surface where it's going to be installed. As it takes in water, it would rise and rise, right? So farmers can use this in any area where they can catch water. Water bladders are supposed to be 10,000 gallons each, so that would give a total of 20,000 gallons.
Senior Agricultural Officer in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Benson Patrice, is excited about farmers now having access to readily available water, a resource that is currently in short supply on the island.
No longer would they have to cry out and suffer during the dry season for water. As we know, the availability of water or the non-availability of water is one of the most crucial scourges upon farmers, especially in Carriacou. And so this project aims to provide water, that's important resource, to the farmers in Carriacou. Right here you see we have some black tanks. Each farmer will be receiving 2 black tanks.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Linwal Perrott, stated that this initiative is crucial for ensuring food and nutrition security on the island.
I would just like to take the opportunity finally to express our sincere thanks to all the persons involved and for coming up with this initiative, which I believe will greatly assist the farmers and Carriacou to produce the food that it needs. We see what is happening in the world. Food is going to become more and more expensive. Freight is going up. The supply chain is affected. So it's important that we think about how we are going to feed ourselves, food security. And initiatives like this are what it takes to get us on the way to producing the food that we need here in Grenada and Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Recipient farmer Gifford Andrew expressed his gratitude for the support provided to him and other farmers in their efforts to combat the challenges of the dry season.
It's April, the time of the year when the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique are gearing up for Maroon Festival. We hear more from the organizers of the event in this report from Rena Pierre-Thomas.
Despite a scaled-down version due to the impact of Hurricane Beryl, the annual Maroon and String Band Music Festival scheduled for April 25th to the 27th promises to be a vibrant celebration of culture and heritage. Anderson Matheson, lead coordinator for the festival and cultural officer in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, says the event will open with the traditional village maroon and an official opening ceremony setting the tone for a weekend of music, food, and cultural expression.
So the Friday morning, we're going to have the libation as part of the village maroon, the regular libation, the cooking of the food, the blowing of the shells, sharing of the food the Friday, and all the trills and bells that goes with the village maroon. And in the afternoon, we're going to have an official opening ceremony where government officials, sponsors, and committee members will give some remarks, and then a cultural display of Carriacou and the village of Six Road. On Saturday, we move to Strings in the City. Again, one of the highlights of the maroon where buses come and they say Hillsborough become the dance capital of the world. Everybody come to Hillsborough and dance with nice string music. And then at the Botanical Gardens, we're going to have the cultural explosion. We have a number of cultural groups, and we're going to end the day with two bands, our local band Loyalty and Rita and the Ultimate Perfection Band from Grenada. Sunday, we move to the World Famous Paradise Beach, where again, culture takes center stage. We're going to have more cultural displays.
Matheson also noted that the response from sponsors has been encouraging.
We have sent out sponsorship letters a while back, and we are in the process of following up to see what is happening. And so far, we've been getting some positive response from both private and government sponsorship so far.
While the public is encouraged to attend, support, and enjoy the festivities, organizers are reminding visitors to be mindful of the limited resources available in the aftermath of the hurricane.
As I said, this year it's a post-burial. We're still within the recovery process, so we want people to be mindful that we're not back up in terms of our room stock. So if you're coming and haven't booked yet, you may be hard pressed to get a room. But again, the ferries are running like we did for Carnival, so persons can come to the ferry and enjoy some of the activities. Again, we want person water. This is the dry season in Carriacou, and normally a scarce time for water. So if you come here, you can probably walk with an extra case of water for drinking purposes. We have the beaches right there, so you can go to the beach and have a bathe. I want people to come to Carriacou, enjoy what we have to offer on display. It's our culture, it's part of our heritage, part of our history, and we are hoping that everybody will come, will enjoy themselves. And when they go back, we'll give good reviews of the festival, so that next year we can build on what happened this year for a bigger and better festival every year.
Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
The Ministry of Education is strengthening capacity at TVET centers across Grenada, geared at developing skill sets among youth. More news to come. Stay with us.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, fully 1 week. Nah, telling you. You them boss dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10 dollars, them man make a hard day, man. Me a 38 man. But you man 92. Yeah. You the number one run, man. That easy. No what? Nice. Yeah. Look number one. Ah, yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the #1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us. Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Need to upgrade your home? Get new arrivals in dining. Plus, buy more and save more on bedroom sets and get an additional 10% on credit purchases of any bedroom set. Want quality products that provide value at the best prices backed by full warranty? We've got you. Plus, shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
The Commissioner of Police in St. Vincent, Mr. Enville Williams, has extended his gratitude to Acting Commissioner of Police Randy Connaught and members of the Royal Grenada Police Force for their assistance in capturing a Vincentian man wanted in his homeland. Ormond Mulford, a 30-year-old man of Fairhall Road, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is wanted in his homeland on a murder charge and was apprehended in Carriacou on Monday on Lister. Commissioner Williams referred to his recapture as tangible evidence of regional security cooperation in action, adding that transnational crime has no boundaries. Mulford remains in police custody awaiting extradition to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The RGPF thanked the public for their assistance in the capture of Mr. Ormond Mulford and reminded everyone to stay alert at all times and to report any suspicious persons or activities to the police immediately. Close to $500,000 worth in tools and equipment was handed over to representatives from 10 TVET centers during a brief ceremony held on Monday.
The
Ministry of Education has made a major investment in tools and equipment for the Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET program in primary schools on the island. However, they are not the only ones benefiting, as the ministry aims to strengthen capacity at TVET centers across Grenada, get at developing skill sets among youth. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Elvis Moraine, said, in order to ensure safety, proper use and maintenance of the tools, teachers will undergo a series of training sessions. The intention is to extend beyond the 10 primary schools that now provide a TVET program.
And it was difficult for us to get those equipment in time, because as you know, many of you would know that those they're not readily stocked on island. So we had to work with a company to procure those equipment out of Germany. So you know you're getting quality equipment. We have just completed our series of engagements with teachers. And most of the engagements ask for hands-on, that kind of expansion, skills and skills development. And we believe we are well positioned. Also, we have the backing of the cabinet because there's a strategy, and there are a lot of things that have gone beyond the scene to get to this point. But critical is where you are, different levels as we go forward.
Education Minister Senator David Andrew highlighted the overall amount invested in the tools and upgraded equipment.
The ministry has expended just over $222,211 to procure the equipment for the primary schools alone. Here, over $222,000 to procure what you're looking at for the 10 centers. But not only that, we have spent also at the secondary level, we spent in excess of $92,000 to upgrade the equipment at the secondary schools level. Even for Carriacou Petit Martinique, we have spent over $4,000 to replace equipment damaged during Beryl.
The Education Minister said their intent is to further expand into centers of excellence with guaranteed job placement upon completion of studies in various fields, adding that by Form 3, students should have a clear idea as to which skilled area they want to pursue.
It's clear that there have been gaps, but we know we have to address them. There are gaps to the extent that we are not producing enough of the skilled persons we need for the world of work. Our system probably didn't allow it. But we are intentional about increasing. But not only that, we have moved on to project and plan to have centers of excellence targeting skills. And we mean having dedicated centers for particular areas that students can pursue careers in skilled areas up to the highest level at those centers as part of their routine educational journey. That we hope will kick in after third form at the secondary level.
Each center will receive the full complement of tools with plans to enhance security of the centers to ensure the safety of the equipment. The minister said 2 new centers will be opened in St. George and the tools to outfit them are already secured. Christina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We'll have your sports and international news reports right after the break.
Palm Sunday commemorates Jesus Christ's triumphal entry into Jerusalem, where the crowds greeted him with palm branches as a sign of victory and peace. In Catholic tradition, palm branches are blessed during Mass. This serves as a reminder of Jesus' kingship and the joy of his arrival. These palm branches are not just decorations. They hold deep spiritual significance. They remind us of our call to Christ and to embrace his message of love and humility. Many Catholics take their palm branches home, placing them in a prominent spot as a symbol of faith and a reminder of the journey towards Easter. On this Palm Sunday, let us reflect on the meaning of these branches and renew our commitment to live out the teachings of Christ in our daily lives.
$10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true. Grenada, get ready for the most anticipated kids event on Saturday, 19th April, Easter Saturday. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Mon Rouge playing field, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy rides, slides, obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castle, go-kart, and much, much more.
Mom, I love this.
Then from 6 p.m. we move stateside for special performances. Come see the mind-blowing illusions and mesmerizing dancers from the overseas acts. Soca performances from Guana, Shekwan, Black Barbie, and Young Man. Admission kids only $5. Adults $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Mon Rouge playing field. Something no kid wanna miss. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
New level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and nice. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherished streets of Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
Good evening, sports fans. Grenada Motor Club completed its first invitational drag event of the year. The event took place over the weekend at the Pearl Airstrip Club. VP of the Grenada Motor Club, Jeremy Peters, says the weekend showcases the growing interest in the sport.
Today was a really successful event, whereas we would have had one participating island, which is Trinidad and Tobago, who came on our shows. A little bit of a hiccups getting them here, but it was rather successful. This event also is a certified event by the Caribbean Championship Series, which is a 3-part series for the drivers. They will be participating in 3 qualifier events, which is going to be in Grenada, St. Vincent and Grenadines, and back here Grenada in September. So presently, you know, we had a bit of our qualifying guys who was very successful in the 9 seconds, also in the 10 seconds bracket. You know, so I mean, right now this is all about motorsport. We were trying to build motorsport. You know, there's a lot of little hiccups here or there, things that we're trying to, you know, better in terms of the security, in terms of the venue, and all the different aspects. But you know, all in all, we think that the sport is growing. We do hope that the authorities above see that this is something big for the future.
Here are some of the sights and sounds from the event.
That's 16 seconds, let's go.
The 2025 Interclaw Games continue to produce more records and excitement as we head into the last day. Here's some highlights from today.
On the second best time from Egypt Benjamin, Anglican High School, 12.53 seconds. Girls 100-meter dash. And they're off the 100-meter dash forward. And in the middle of the field, we can see St. David's Catholic Secondary, St. David's Catholic Secondary, and Stasia and Boca, right shoulder to shoulder, blanket finish for second and third, but in the middle of the field, St. David's Catholic Secondary. Here is a replay.
Shady John, it looks like it's Shady John. Shady John. John. Standing strong.
Stamping our authority.
Stamping our authority, oh yes. More power. More speed.
In lane 5.
And we're off. And we can see Anglican High School putting up the stagger. The Terrell is coming on the inside, but it looks like Anglican High School. Kylie Williams there. Here comes Terrell. Oh, she's pulling up. So it's Anglican High School. Anglican High School. It's going to be Kylie Williams of Anglican High School, followed by her teammate, Kaya Swan. So a double for Kylie Williams. And there they go. Out like a bullet is Kasha Stephen and Philip Mitchell. Kasha Stephen taking that turn. Philip Mitchell on his inside. It's Kasha Stephen and Philip Mitchell as they straighten up. It's Kasha Stephen, but here comes Philip Mitchell. It's Stephen and Mitchell. It's gonna be Kasha Stephen. Revenge is sweet for Kasha Stephen of GBSS.
But see what a rivalry. I suspect we are going to see this played over and over and over in the years to come of these young men.
It's Mitchell being hunted. He's now been hunted. It's Sass. It's Sass on the trail. Daniel Douglas is going to take it to Adriel Mitchell. Adriel Mitchell responds. Here comes St. David's. Here comes Grenada Christian Academy moving around there. They are going to track Adriel Mitchell right down to the finish. They are trying to go on the inside, but maybe they should try on the outside. Here comes Grenada Christian Academy and St. David's Catholic, but Mitchell pulls this one out of the bag. Here comes Romel Charles, but it's a little bit too late for Charles. He held back too much. The judgment was bad, and Adriel Mitchell has his revenge.
And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. The license granted to the government of Trinidad and Tobago by the Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, of the United States to pursue the monetization of cross-border gas with Venezuela has been revoked. Prime Minister Stuart Young made the announcement at a media conference.
We have now been informed that our license from OFAC, which is dated the 18th of December 2023, has been revoked by OFAC, and that license is now revoked by OFAC as well as our coquina mannequin license. It came a little while after the others. What I can tell Trinidad and Tobago is I don't have more details than that.
Prime Minister Stuart Young assures that government's legal team is already working towards a solution and explains there is a grace period before the revocation of the license goes into effect.
There is a wind-down period, so this is not an immediate. All when OFAC does this, you will see, even when they're done with Chevron, all of them, they grant you a wind-down period. So the wind-down period for this is until the 27th of May, and that allows you an opportunity before it kicks in fully for you to engage with the United States, which is what we're doing.
The Prime Minister was more or less prepared for the outcome following his meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Jamaica last month.
I am, to be honest, not surprised by the outcome, because they did say that they did explain to me the U.S. policy and what they were trying to achieve with respect to Venezuela. But the words that they would not harm Trinidad and Tobago, I believe, I have no reason to doubt it whatsoever, remain in play.
Prime Minister Young maintains that the development is not at all a failure on the part of the government.
I stood here for the last two post-cabinet press conferences and told you about the success, for example, that BP is turning on additional production. So we have continued doing exactly what needs to be done. So don't buy the narrative of those who try to say all of the eggs are in the dragon basket. It's the complete opposite. So you've seen, and if you ask the people in the energy industry in Trinidad and Tobago, you've seen that rise in activity that has kept us stable at 2.6 BCF a day of production.
The Prime Minister says the government will continue to pursue the realization of cross-border gas deals with Venezuela, not for today, but for the future of Trinidad and Tobago. Karen Kozia-Phillip, TTT News.
Financial markets have soared after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 90-day pause on the tariffs against countries who have not retaliated against the U.S. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed that the pause means a universal 10% tariff will be in place for all countries other than China. The NASDAQ index went up 9% and the S&P 500 index rose 8% following the news. The White House also said it was introducing a 125% tariff on China, effective immediately. China has responded to the U.S. by imposing additional tariffs of 50% on imports, making a total of 84%. This follows the U.S. decision to put rates of 104% on China on Wednesday. China is the world's second largest economy, and it's calling President Donald Trump's move reckless. The U.S. administration pushed ahead with introducing a second round of global tariffs on Wednesday, despite worldwide concern. Al Jazeera's Katrina Yu reports from Beijing.
I think we've already been in a full-blown trade war, and China has said that it's going to fight on till the end. And just hours after Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs came into effect, that 104% tariff on Chinese goods, China announced its countermeasures, and that includes an additional 50% tariff on top of on U.S. goods coming into China. So that matches the latest U.S. levy, bringing the total to 84% tariff on all U.S. goods coming into China. It's also added 6 firms to an unreliable entity list and 12 firms to an export control list, meaning Chinese companies cannot do business with them. And it's also accelerated its lawsuit at the WTO against the U.S. Now, China says these new tariffs, this 84%, will come into effect midday on Thursday, local time. That would be midnight on Wednesday. So there is a few hours waiting to see how the Trump administration will respond here. But certainly, yes, it is a bold move. And I was speaking to some analysts about this. One in particular said that, look, after 34% additional tariffs on Chinese goods, it really doesn't matter because the profit margin for Chinese manufacturers selling things to the US is so narrow that after 34%, there's essentially no trade. So after this, if it's 50%, if it's 5,000%, it really doesn't matter. China almost has nothing to lose.
European Union member states have voted to impose an extra 25% tariffs on U.S. imports, affecting 20.9 billion euros worth of goods. The tariffs are in response to the 25% import taxes U.S. President Donald Trump imposed on all steel and aluminum that came into force in mid-March. It's unclear which goods the EU is targeting, but the new tariffs will come into effect from April the 15th.
Well, these are measures, as you say, against the steel and aluminium tariffs. So this is going back a couple of tariffs ago. And these are measures, actually, first part of it is reviving measures that were in place during Trump's first term. And then there are some extra measures to come in place, which are because the steel and aluminium tariffs go further this time round. The EU is still considering the actions it will take against the newer tariffs, those that came on automotive and the general tariff of 20%, there's a little bit of uncertainty here. Unlike, I think, in China, there's not a desire in Brussels to escalate this trade war beyond a certain point. There's worry about the potential damage to the EU's own economy from doing that.
And that's what's been happening around the region and wider globe today. Now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Excitement mounts as the countdown continues toward the final day of Intercall 2025. Attorney Jerry Edwin urges review of mortgage closure procedure. Anti-violence TikTok challenge launched by the Ministry of Education to engage youth in promoting non-violence. And police commissioner commended after a Vincentian wanted on murder charge was captured in Grenada. And in regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Office of Foreign Assets Control license for cross-border gas revoked. Internationally, China hikes retaliatory tariffs to 84% on U.S. goods as the trade war intensifies. And in sports, Grenada Motor Club holds successful invitational drags event, while day 2 of Intercall produces more records and more excitement. If you miss any part of this newscast, there'll be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. We'll see you again tomorrow night.